Azathoth, somewhere at the dead center of everything, something is sleeping. It doesn't know you. It doesn't know anything. Azathoth isn't a ruler. It's a storm that forgot how to end. A swirling cosmic furnace of chaos thrashing without thought or pattern. Reality exists only because it dreams. If that dream breaks, so does everything. Around it, faceless things scream through broken flutes and pounding drums. They don't worship it, they sedate it. Because if Azathoth stirs, time folds like wax. Space forgets what here means. Cause and effect stop shaking hands. You won't burn, you won't scream, you'll just stop. Even the other outer gods won't speak its name aloud. They hover like shadows at the edge of its lightless court. They fear it, not as a monster, but as an accident. Azathoth does not hate, it cannot, it only dreams. And if it wakes, everything ends before it knows it began. Nyarlathotep, where the others sleep, he walks. City streets, long corridors, dream doors left slightly open. He wears faces like costumes, scholar, prophet, king, shadow, each one perfect. Crowds lean in. They always lean in. They call him the messenger, the soul of the outer gods. Not thunder, not plague, presentation. A miracle first, a price later. He brings devices that bend light, tones that rewire thought. Applause comes before the floor disappears. He prefers whispers to wars. Pushes one zealot, one tyrant, one scientist a half step further. Empires slide because one man didn't see the edge. He saw it. He smiled. You meet him in dreams as the Black Pharaoh with patient eyes. You wake believing you agreed to something reasonable. By evening, the city tilts. By midnight, you're helping. Nyarlathotep doesn't hate you. Hate is too small for him. He wants the performance, the gasp, the moment the crowd realizes. No bargain binds him, no prayer softens him. Watch for the pattern, the generous visitor, the perfect solution, the tone that makes your doubts feel old and foolish. When the room leans forward together, that's his favorite sound. And when everyone is balanced on hope, he taps the table. The world tips. He keeps walking. Yog-Sothoth. It isn't in the universe, it is the universe, seen all at once. Witnesses describe clusters of glowing spheres that merge and drift. That shape is mercy, not truth. It is the gate, the key, and the watcher at the gate. Call it, and every secret opens like a wound in light. Your past speaks out loud. Your future answers back. Time stops behaving. Before and after trade places and smile. Causality loosens like stitches and slips from the skin. You don't move through time anymore. Time moves through you. Knowledge feels like victory for one bright heartbeat. Then it begins to eat the hand that holds it. Borders thin. Identity leaks. A man once bargained for understanding in a quiet valley. What came home was clarity wrapped in something that wasn't human. The town paid the price. Yog-Sothoth never blinked. It does not punish or bless. It reveals. Revelation that complete becomes erasure. You get your answer. Then the answer keeps you. Shub-Niggurath. In thick forests where the ground feels warm, the faithful whisper. They ask the mother of 1,000 young to open her gate. Shub-Niggurath is not a creature so much as a surge. Fecundity turned loose, motherhood without breaks. Her presence swells the world like sap in spring wood. Calves with extra joints, vines that climb in moonless dark, teeth where eyes should be, roots under floorboards. Worship is a trade, never a prayer. You give blood, grain, smoke, sometimes a name to be forgotten. She gives life quickly and keeps the bill. Shrines bloom into groves that swallow fences overnight. Villages disappear beneath friendly green that never stops growing. The trees lean closer. The soil breathes warm. She does not preach, she multiplies. Creation and corruption share one heartbeat under her hooves. Bounty first, then consequences. Call her and she will answer, horned and generous. When she leaves, nothing will be barren again. Nothing will be safe either. That's the bargain. Ubbo-Sathla. There's a cave older than language, warm as a fever. Something broods there, mindless and patient, forever beginning. They call it Ubbo-Sathla, a seething cradle of protoplasm. Not a god, a start. Near its rim lie tablets carved before memory had a mouth. The signs slide in and out of shape like oil on water. Scholars dream of them for years. They wake changed or not at all. Touch the mass and you slip backward through yourself. Skin loosens, bones grow soft. Thoughts unwind to ancestral static. Fear is too complicated here. It dissolves first. Ubbo-Sathla doesn't hate. It can't even choose. It gives life the way a flood gives water. Too much. Everywhere. Borders drown quietly. Names don't float. Old cults call it the womb and the drain in one breath. They whisper that all shapes will relax and flow back home. It will not notice the return. It never noticed the departure. Do not lean over the rim for answers. The tablets will read you faster than you read them. Beginnings are hungry. Endings are soft. Daoloth? Daoloth doesn't conquer by force. It conquers by correcting your vision. Summoners see shifting rods and shining threads, a merciful disguise. Step closer and mercy fails. The room divides into rooms hiding inside its paint. Hallways peel from walls. Corners reveal extra corners you never owned. Your hand contains smaller hands. Something watches from each joint. Space stops being three neat lines. Time stops being a wire. You witness bindings across angles no language kept. Down becomes folklore. Here loses confidence. Some laugh, some pray, some step where there is no floor. They fall through places not built for lungs or feet. Daoloth isn't cruel. It's accurate. When the showing ends, if it ends, nothing looks ordinary again. Chairs are corridors. The sky is an interior you once lived in. Sleep feels shared. Privacy was the veil. Even chaos cults avert their eyes from the full reveal. They want power, not the audit that cancels their spells. Daoloth offers truth. Most minds prefer mercy. Nyogtha, old wells breathe in the dark. Something answers from below. Nyogtha crawls through seams in stone like living night with weight. Not smoke, not shadow. Pressure wearing black. It prefers the world's throat. Mines, culverts, crawl spaces, root cellars. Heat dies when it enters. Sound refuses to bounce back. Footsteps vanish mid-echo. Candles gutter inward. Witches and cellar cults call it beside crusted altars. They don't ask for wisdom, only wider passage between below and here. It has no face to bargain with, no story to flatter. Daylight thins it to gauze, hard light hurts it most. Old wards etched on lintels hold longer than brave words do. Stone remembers prayers, wood remembers screams. Nyogtha does not chase, it encroaches. Walls fatten, floors soften. Air grows curious around lungs. You feel the room arrive. You feel yourself recede. When it finally climbs the stairs, it climbs as a room. The architecture closes like a fist that learned to breathe. Teeth never appear. You simply fit the shape. Tulzscha. At Azathoth's court, something dances without fuel or mercy. A column of emerald fire twists like joy in a ruined ballroom. They call it Tulzscha, the green flame. Performance of unmaking. Applause is optional. Ending is not. Its light throws wrong shadows and late heat that confuses matter. Glass slumps while iron powders. Ink lifts off pages like breath. Bones sketch themselves in ash. Then even ash forgets. Summoners claim it arrives as a narrow, climbing spire. Walls bloom into glassy petals. Floors craze into crystal lace. Memories peel like smoke. Names won't stay on. Tulzscha does not judge, teach, or trade favors for vows. It is entropy with rhythm. Heat death wearing a dancer's smile. Beauty looks like mercy for one heartbeat. Some say it's Azathoth's lantern, a beacon for the blind center. Others say it's the court's music made visible at last. Both may be true. Neither will help. Stand too close and you'll mistake grace for kindness. Then the stage empties. Clean, quiet, complete to the last color. Green lingers longest, then green goes. Ghroth. Some worlds host oceans and weather. This one hosts a song. Ghroth wanders rust-red and alone, carved with unreadable scars. Its voice travels first through bone, then through telescopes. Where it passes, systems lose their nerve. Stars dim early, comets veer like birds spooked from trees. On listening worlds, dreams line up. Crowds wake already kneeling. Ghroth does not kill by striking, it announces. The note loosens ancient locks. Sleeping gods, buried seas, sealed memories. Temples rise, bunkers fill. Neither matter. Some say the song pushes suns toward a tired death. Others say it only removes resistance and lets doom through. Either way, outcomes rhyme. Fire or frost, then quiet. Cities gather under open sky to hear it better. They return with new hymns and unfamiliar names. Some never return. Silence does. You cannot reason with a planet that only drifts and sings. You can count orbits and pretend the math is comfort. When the note fades, it lingers. So does the dread that learned the tune. The Nameless Mist. Before shapes had edges, a weather without borders arrived. They call it the Nameless Mist. First breath from the blind center. No heart to aim at. No skin to touch. Some lineages say gods budded from it and wandered off. Others refuse to list what stepped out or back. It births. It reclaims. Where mirrors face mirrors, where rules cancel rules, it gathers. Salt flats at night, fogged crypts, rooms thick with argument. It isn't summoned. It's permitted. Inside it, outlines fail their jobs. Thoughts drift apart and forget to reunite. Your name sounds distant. Your hands lose corners. Stay and you widen into climate rather than person. Memories keep happening, but not to you in one place. Sequence loosens. Story thins. The mist does not teach, threaten, comfort, or accuse. It offers atmosphere where beginnings and endings trade masks, meaning blinks. Order exhales. Leave quickly and you'll carry a soft echo of weather. Remain, and the weather will carry you instead. Not vanished, diffused, not dead, ambient.
Subscribe for more interesting stuff. Tell us your experience in the comments.